when I hit it for each round.
All right. Well, we're back, everybody. It's Mo Money at the Mo Money Sports Network with my co-pilot once again. G, how you doing, G?
Doing good today, brother. How are you?
I'm just wondering what this podcast would look like if either one of us ever took a week off.
It would be interesting. Should we get? I don't think we'll ever see.
I don't think.
Hopefully,
I, I think we'll both just take a week off if that's the case. But
I think that's the.
but it's good to know that you're doing well. We got
Yeah.
the NBA Cup to talk about. Uh,
Yes, indeed. We got
we got
lots of
the
good NBA.
we got a Raptors and Lakers. Raptors rundown and the Lakers lowdown. And we've got our dudes of the week, and we might even throw a postcard in there or two.
Ooh, yes, sir.
How does
Yes,
that
sir.
sound, G?
That sounds just about perfect to me.
All
I'll take
right,
that. I'll take that for two.
as we did last week, let's start with the Raptors. Put 12 on the clock, and
Yes,
let's
sir.
see where we go. The first quarter. See, this is where the sponsors come in. The first quarter is brought to you by
Who's your ideal sponsor for first round for first quarter?
my ideal sponsor for first quarter would be Sport Check, and I'll tell you
Ooh,
why.
hit me.
Because gear is expensive, and I'd like to do some giveaways if at all possible to make playing basketball more affordable for people.
Ooh, yeah, man. Because shoes are the key to any sort of indoor career. We can
That's
play
right. So
outside till the dogs come home, but
do we got
they're
12 on
expensive.
the
Them
clock?
shoes, man. Those are super expensive. Yeah, we got 12, and we are rolling.
All right, we'll start with the Raptors, who were in Portland tonight, and it looked kind of shaky there, G. I know you missed most of this one,
Missed all of
but
it, so I'm actually looking to you for the rundown here because I've got previous games as my take, but I don't have tonight.
Pirtle and his running buddy had 5 fouls tonight. It was not looking good for the Raptors at one point,
Who's this
but they
running buddy?
managed. Ah, I forget who that was,
Mamu?
but give me a minute here, and I will just let you know that the Raptors did pick up a win tonight in
I
the
saw it was by
NBA,
3.
121 to 118. So they hung in there. And here's the one thing that'll make you happy: 28. If I told you 28, 7-7, who's the first guy that comes to your mind?
BI3. Oh no, Scotty.
Huh?
Scotty.
28, 7-7.
It's got to
Who
be the
pops
guy
in the
that we're
head?
paying. It's got to be the guy we're paying $50 million a year for.
Which is
Scotty. No, Scotty Barnes.
Scotty.
Yeah, my
28,
guy.
7-7 tonight. That's what Lucas' stat line should be every night, but I digress.
And Big W.
Your boy Jakob, your boy Jakob had 11, 7-4 with the 5 fouls, and Quigley was the other one I forgot to mention. I
Okay.
believe had 5 fouls. So the Raptors, despite foul trouble and playing not undermanned but under talented Portland franchise,
They're not
sneak
bottom
out with a
dwellers,
win.
but yeah.
Sneak out with a win at home at I believe it's still called Scotiabank Arena. It'll always be the Air Canada Center to me. But
Mhm. Yeah,
but
ACC baby. Down.
how big was this win tonight for the Raptors over a struggling Portland team
I'll
in
tell you what, it's
Toronto?
huge. It's maybe the biggest game of the season, to be honest. And I missed it, so I'm a little bit, but it was for the right reasons today. So I think it's the biggest because we were on a little slide. We were just starting this nice upwards momentum of everybody's starting to put chips on the table, going, I believe, I believe. Like, palpable. You could feel electricity. And then 2 losses. And they weren't brutal losses. It wasn't like we didn't show up. It wasn't like we got hosed. It was just like, damn, Those are the ones you really don't want to make a habit of losing. Like,
Just
really,
couldn't
that's
get
it.
quite get over it.
Because that's the difference between a absolute shite team and a championship team is, are you consistently winning those close games? And the fact that they won the close game tonight after a couple little, like, biting losses that took some wind out of your sail, you came in, took care of business at home. Music to my ears.
Just did what needed to be done. Now I'm gonna say something I never thought I'd say because I've been on the anti-Jakob Pertl thing for like 2.5 years, but he's become a vital part of this team's success.
I think
Just
he's exceeded whatever expectations they had for him at the outset. Maybe this was the highest they had, but
because what you failed to mention was Jakob and RJ were out of the lineup and
oh yeah,
before,
that's
and
right, in the last two games. Yeah,
yeah, so
they were
it
back
really
tonight.
goes to RJ and Pertl were back tonight. So that just goes to show you depth is important in this league
And so are
because
dogs.
when they don't have it, they're a little bit shorthanded, and it shows for the Raptors. I hate to
Yeah.
say.
Oh man, two starters like that. I'd say, we've got our conversations to have around RJ, and we've had our conversations around Pirtle. But as we've seen this year, roles are more important in the NBA than ever. And those guys play their roles fairly well in terms of Pirtle is one of the best big men in the game right now. Prove me wrong.
So I'm gonna ask you this: with February coming up, being right around the corner, I know it doesn't. I know it sounds far away, but what would your ideal piece for the Raptors be to pick up at the trade deadline to kind of solidify what this team needs to become to be competitive, if not dominant, in the Eastern Conference?
This couldn't be a random one, and I'm a little bit guilty of the moment here because it was just the guy I saw on screen. Cards on the table. But I think he's gettable, and I think he has the exact little thing. It's RJ, but RJ light almost. He's on the OKC. I don't even know if I know his name. Um, he's one of their bigger defender guys, not a post player. Let's see if he comes up again. But somebody like that would be the ultimate thing for the Raptors because I think Abaji, Dick, and Walter are just a little light in the pants there, if you know what I mean. Just too small for this.
That's good. I'm sorry, my brain went in a whole different direction there. I'm
I
not
couldn't
even gonna
think of the
lie.
quote. My
But
sales
the
are taking,
OKC Thunder are up 10, by the way, just for those who are curious at the moment.
and I don't
But
think it's
it is
AJ
December,
Mitchell.
G.
He's rocking the T-shirt, I think, right now in the game. Who's that?
The T-shirt. That's always a bad look when you're playing basketball. T-shirt.
It's a bold look, man, but I respect the hustle. I think he's about to put it in. Yeah. Who's that? 34? Who's that guy?
34. I don't know.
Williams.
I don't
Got
know
it.
if the
Of course.
Thunder.
Of
I
course,
don't.
it's another Williams.
I don't know if the Thunder are willing to give up a guy named Williams just here. Just
No, that's the exact reason they can spare one. We could probably get him. He's not Jay
they
Will.
can spare
He's
one.
not. He's not either Jay Will.
And there was another reason I wanted to talk about
Oh,
the Raptors
maybe
because
the other Jay Will actually would be the perfect pickup for the Raptors. I'm not gonna
despite
take
their
another post.
last couple of losses, I admire the Raptors' compete level, and that's something we would not have seen in previous years. Does that enhance your optimism when it comes to this Raptor team when it gets later in the season?
Not only that, but it gives me optimism for the argument of, do coaches matter? You know what I'm
Coaches
saying?
match.
Because I think some of this we have to give to Darko. You know the way he looks sometimes, where his eyes are just a little bit like eagles, just really locked in, like the guy might be a neat freak, just like he very focused looking individual.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's rubbing off. I think that's a bit of the culture he's bringing, and coaches sometimes matter in terms of the argument. This would be a case argument for, I think, the coach mattering and succeeding in bringing his personality into the franchise that was missing that. We needed that refined, everything, little focus, detail, and not lose the guys along the way. Because I think Nick Nurse is detail guy, but loses guys along the way.
Well, I think
Darko brought him
I think
along.
I think all coaches in this league in particular have a shelf life, whether you're Darko or whether you're Nick Nurse, or because there's nothing wrong with the way Nick Nurse handles his business. It's just like you said, eventually it starts to fall on deaf ears because you're hearing the same message from the same guy. It's kind of like when you roll your eyes and go, "Oh, this message again."
And the
Eventually,
environment isn't suitable.
the messenger has to change, and
It's
I
like
think
a
that's what
seasonal
happened this
crop
year.
rotation for the
Mm-hmm.
farmers out there, right? You can't be planting the same thing over and over and over and over again. Your field will go fallow.
Ain't that the truth? Um. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna knock on wood before I ask this question because I know how you feel about me putting bad mojo in the air.
Well,
But who, and I'm gonna do it to you, G, who is the one guy on this Raptor roster that they cannot afford to lose for an extended period of time?
I think we've already talked about him. Crazy enough, it's the man in the it's Jakob. It's straight up Jakob. Without Jakob, they get. You've seen
He
the games
decimated
without
and beat
Jakob, and they make Raptors look pretty fucking small, especially with the new rookie trying to take up some post position. That's not going to work if we don't have Jakob.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's an
works.
interesting
Like it's
take,
a
my
lynch.
guy.
It's so vital. Like Scotty might be the other. Yeah, Scotty, because you can't really replace Scotty with anybody doing that role. RJ, yeah, it's just not same as that, you know. Pirtle,
Yeah,
though,
and
we got nobody to replace Pirtle. Nobody. That's what we should be looking for to answer the other two questions at once. We need to be finding a backup, another backup big for Pirtle, and just singing his praises more because he's the key to success.
now this might be a pipe dream on my end, but I'm gonna throw this out there. Since you like to tell me just play the game, I don't even know how feasible this is, but I'm gonna throw a name out here for you. What about Zubats in California? He might be the guy that we need to go and get to help Jakob Pertl out. That's just a name. I don't even know if it's feasible or not, folks. I don't know his contract terms or anything. I'm just throwing a name out there. What about Zubats for the Raptors?
I almost say he's too good because you'd almost have two. You switch your style then because he has to start. Zubac is like top 5 center in the league right
But
now.
but wouldn't we
I
get a
would
more
say Jakob
effective
is too.
Wouldn't we get a more effective Jakob Pertl
Oh, if we had them both,
if we
is there
could
enough
cut down
room
on
for both?
Jakob's minutes and he could be more assertive in the low post?
So
Wouldn't
you're
that
telling
give us some
me
more effect?
you'd bench him?
Yeah, I'd have him come off the bench.
He's like a top 10 center in the league right now.
Yeah, but if we had two of those guys, no messes with us in the middle.
All right, I'll stay open to it, but I don't see it working in Cleveland very well with the two bigs. And
No, but they'd be rotating. And the best part would be you wouldn't know what was coming at you because they're two different styles of centers. So
I
everybody'd be
don't
on their
mind that.
toes.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think Jakob
I don't
would
know. I'm
be.
just throwing out suggestions, bro.
He's a good guy that would take the pill of having to come off the bench, but it would almost be unconscionable. Like it would almost be like you can't bring Chet off the bench. He's central to everything that you do. And I think they've built so much of everything around him, it would be really hard to swap him out.
What about moving Jakob to the 4?
Again, they've built the whole thing around him as the 5, uh, Scotty Scotty and Ingram as the flex 3-4, and 1-2 with the
All
RJ
right,
quick.
I'm just throwing ideas out there for you.
I'm just saying how they've built their house so far. It would be hard to put another floor on the top the way they've built
To
their
be
house.
honest, I'm just happy to be on the other side of the screaming for once, because usually it's me when you're just like, play the game, Mo. I'm
And I
like,
was like, I'll stay open to it because I was immediately dismissive, but it's like, you know what? I'm going to hear him out. I'm going to hear this out.
I just think if you can fortify that spot, I think it would help us out. But that's just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. If we
And if
could
you're
bring
still
in,
here, by all means, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good junk. How much time we got left on that clock, G?
we hit our timer on that. So that's a perfect capper. Yeah. So we can set up the
All right,
next clock. That's right.
quarter 2. We need that energy pickup. So Gatorade, if you're listening, give us a call.
Oh, yes. We start with Sport Check and we go to Gatorade. We gave a pretty good
Because we
shout
need
out for
that pick
Sport
me
Check.
up in quarters. But
Man,
we're not like Luca. We don't sit the second start of the second quarter. We play through.
hey, just like Uh, I was going to say somebody thirsty for a win, but there's some teams that are more than thirsty. So Gatorade, not even Gatorade can help them, but Lakers don't have that problem. So let's go to the Laker lowdown.
So here's the Laker lowdown, and I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and also the indifferent.
Hmm.
The good is I've seen the best of the Lakers, and they ran roughshod over the league for a whole 2 weeks. The bad is I've seen this team get blown out by Oklahoma City and the Phoenix Suns. Like, we can't sugarcoat it. And thank you very much, Luca, for proving my point last night, getting 20 points in the first quarter and then ending the game with 39. So think about that. He had 19 in the other 3 quarters. And just so you know, LeBron had 10. I believe Aiden was in the 12 range. I believe Reeves had 16. Nobody came with Luca. And this is what I was telling people. This is why I said for weeks now, about 28, 7 and 7 is where Luca needs to be.
Hold
Because
on, you
that
said
tells me
something key there. You said something really key there. Nobody
what's
came
that?
with Luca. Pause. Luca didn't bring anybody.
I disagree.
Here's my point though is when you start a game being a ball hog, like how about I get going then you guys come? That's not bringing guys along with you. That's you just going and being like, you fuckers catch up. That's not really a consistent team thing. Like a guy that knows he can do that needs to make his first priority. I need to bring you guys along. I need to get you going. Then I see you're going. Perfect. Now I can get mine because I've brought you along. You know what I mean? How is that bringing you along if I'm taking 18 shots in the first quarter? I'm out. I don't give a fuck what happens in the rest of the game because you just hugged the ball for 12 minutes of my life. You know, if I'm on your team, if you took 18 shots in the first quarter, fuck you, man. You didn't bring me along. You just hugged the goddamn ball and said catch up. No way. You got to pass it like Scotty. Pass the rock.
Well, the ironic thing is because I was watching the game to see how unbiased the commentators would be. And it was weird because it wasn't really the Lakers feed. I guess it was, but they said there was like 16 lead changes throughout the game. And then Phoenix just kind of took over at one point and their defense locked in. And that's what happens is when Luca goes by himself, he tries to create too much, he turns the ball over, and then there you go, you're off to the races.
He
And
left without his horses, I think is the thing. It's like we all know you fast as hell, but you go further with horses. Don't don't
they've been
forget the
playing
horses.
so well, but it's
But you're the one that called the exact thing that I'm saying. You're saying the Lakers' success depends on him getting those kinds of numbers, but those numbers only happen when guys have bought in early. Like you can't try to like stimulate a cow after it's been shot. Like you've already taken them out of the game.
I like
It's
that
not.
reference.
You know, there's no
I
bringing
like that reference.
Daisy back to life.
But like the Lakers have been steamrolling the league. They walked all over the Pelicans. They won for like 2 weeks straight. There might have been a loss in there somewhere. But what's concerning to me is not that the Lakers have been
Mm,
losing. It's the style with which the Lakers have been losing. When the Lakers lose, they don't show up.
man,
That
I can.
that seems to be the Achilles heel. Is if they show up, they have a 85 to 90% chance of winning. But when they don't feel like playing, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. It could be the Oklahoma City Thunder, or as they showed last night, the Phoenix Suns. It doesn't seem to matter. If you don't show up when you're a Laker, you're going down and you're going down hard. And it sucks
Mm,
because we've seen this Laker team blow out teams too. 135 to 118. We've seen the Lakers do it. They've actually put games together now. And I was feeling really confident and I was almost ready to put them I was almost ready to solidify them as that number 3 seed in the West. Because what did I say last week? You could flip-flop 3 and 4 depending on your preference to Houston or LA. And now because of last night's game, I'm still not sure who's 3 and who's 4 because both of those two teams are, and gee, you'll probably be able to back me up on this. Houston and LA both have times of inconsistency where you're not sure what they are.
ain't that the truth, man? And when we want to know what success looks like, we just look up at our TV right now and watch what the
Oh man,
Oklahoma City Thunder are doing. 20-1. Are you kidding me? So for the
can we
Lakers,
just give
man,
them the number 1 seed now?
might as well. I mean, they're going to earn it. And I think this is the thing that ties your Laker lowdown into a couple other things that we're talking about tonight. When you get complacent, when you start here, two things can happen. When you start getting good success, things start going. So for me, I got a couple things done in my life, got the certificate, things going good.
Things are going well.
What happens all the time? The devil comes
You
knocking.
took the pedal off the. You took the pedal off. You took the foot off the gas pedal.
Devil comes knocking, right? Because you leave a door open a little bit for your bad habits and your shit to come back, and it comes. And if you're not paying attention, you're playing ignorance. Like, oh, I don't see my bad habits coming back. They just take over. And for me, that lasted a good 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh man, snap out of it. Thank goodness something helped me snap out of it today just to see it. And I think Luca, man, they're having success. Things are going well. And in comes some sort of thing that was a challenge like exhaustion or something. And he tried to go the easy way, which is I'll just put in 40 and let's just get this night over with and move on. Cause and that's that old thing. That's how he did it in the past. And that's what got him in the end. That's what got Shaq in the end. Is like you can't
the
just
difference
coast
is
on that.
the difference is Luca doesn't have to do it that way anymore. He's got people
Exactly.
around him.
And he didn't need to do it in Dallas. That was just his bad habit. That was his Achilles heel, is that because he can do that on some, if not a lot of nights, he feels like, well, it's like me. It's like, I know I could pass a test in high school anytime, so why study? I'll just show up.
I did that too. Mind you, my grades were a lot better when I studied. So here's a
and the
PSA, guys:
habits
study,
and the habits that you develop from studying. Let's say it didn't even matter.
build
Let's
good habits.
say you got bad marks in high school, but you did good habits and stuff. I got great marks in high school, but didn't develop good habits. Guess who's having more success? Good habits guy.
Yeah, the good habits guy wins all the time.
So Luca versus Shea. Who's got more, things going for them? Well, Luca passes all his tests with ace in color, but Shea seems to win everything.
Ain't that something, eh?
I think there's something to his approach to the game that's quite special and something Luca needs
And
will.
here's something I wish the Lakers would do. And people might disagree with me on this, but this is just my way of thinking. When you know the game is over, sit Luca, sit Reeves, sit LeBron. Do that. And the reason I say that is not because I'm giving up on the game, but because I remember Derrick Rose. I remember these things, and I don't want to risk long-term pain over something that wouldn't have mattered in the long run. I'm not saying load management. I'm saying when you know the game is out of reach, they don't need to play. That's it. And I would say that
Yeah.
to any team in the association.
I just realized something I got to ask you about the Lakers, man, because I think you're bringing up a lot of good points. What is JJ's role in all of this? Because I'm connecting now to like what I like about Darko is that he has this focus, but there's a lightness, like he's not secretly the devil. I know I keep saying the devil today, but it's just the theme. JJ, I saw him in one of the
It's
quarter
the
break
theme of the game.
interviews, and the
You
guy's
you
like,
want to know
"So
what JJ is?
he's a little unhinged."
No. JJ's the
I,
facilitator.
he's got to work on his uh, a sideline thing. I think he was trying to do a Popovich, like short answers, just like I'm so locked in right now. We're just playing basketball. It came off like he was secretly like a mass murderer. Like there was an energy about him. I'm like, if that's your energy in the fucking locker room,
Yeah, but I
and I
can't
don't think
tell
I'm the
you
only person that's seen that. Is all I'm saying. I'm not the
because
last person to,
JJ here's the thing though.
but I pick up on energy.
JJ's win JJ's win rate buys him leniency.
His name buys him. His friends buy him leniency. The only reason he got the job
No,
was his name. He doesn't get an interview.
well,
He does not get an
he's
interview if his name's not JJ Redick from ESPN.
yeah, but he took the opportunity and ran with it.
So did
So I'm gonna.
Trudeau, but we ain't big fans of his.
Whoa, how did I put it on the radio station? Oh yeah, the views and opinions expressed during the course of this radio broadcast are strictly those of the on-air personalities and do not reflect the views or opinions of this channel. Is that how I'm supposed to do it?
Yeah,
But
but I'm just telling you facts. Somebody got an opportunity and they did not necessarily make a lot of friends out of it, nor do maybe what people consider be a positive thing with it. And just because you got the opportunity because of your name doesn't mean that you're entitled to be a fucking psycho. And I'm picking up on that vibe. And
his
if I'm
his
just reading into it, that's me. Then it's my reflection that I got to
his
deal with.
win rate is impressive.
And so was I was going to get even darker there. Filter.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, his win rate, I'm going to say it again. His win rate is impressive because what is it I always preach? If you win, that's what matters.
The
Because
yeah, there's an index that I think Shannon pointed out once. Unk there was like, uh, people will have patience for you in accordance with your success.
that's not true.
In
I
terms of
hate to
like,
disagree. I hate to disagree with Unk, but I'm going to throw a name out of there. And Mike Budenholzer is where I'm going to go with this, who won a championship and not too long after was booted from Milwaukee. And I
that
know
might be an
Milwaukee doesn't
anomaly.
have
That might be and why it bugs you so much is because it is such an anomaly that goes against everything that we seem to, even when it
it
comes
goes
down to
against everything I stand for.
because it's so non-opinion based. It's essentially being like, that's the one thing we should never debate about. If you're showing results, the quote is speaks for themselves. But in this case, it
Okay.
didn't. And that's what's mind breaking about it, right? Is like the results didn't speak for themselves. They got him
What
fired.
about Denver? Same situation. The guy's a winner. I
The
can't
context is everything. So if you're a leader of a franchise, you have to look at your context. Okay, perfect example for you right now. Mike Tomlin. Look at the record. Not even a losing record in how long? Oh my God. Have you even touched a playoff game in 8, 9, 10, 12 years that mattered? So does all that winning mystique and the record thing really matter in the moment right now when all we've been doing is fucking losing?
I
I,
don't know. I'm just
like you're
saying.
saying, Mike Tomlin's not getting fired, right? Because of his win. Like he's
Well,
just
he
never.
probably should.
He should. He won't because of his performance. His numbers say you can't fire me. Nobody fires somebody with a winning record over da 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 da, da and done for the city what he's done as a leader. Da, da, da.
But now here's you said context matters, right? The
And this
fans
is
are
the
turning on you, Tom.
dude. They booed the renegade.
The fans are turning on you, Tom. That's
Oh
generally a
no,
good sign for you. That's generally a good sign you got to get out of town. But as far as JJ goes, his record allows him the opportunity to be that short. And I don't like when JJ does that because it's not from a place of sincerity. Like if that's who JJ was, I would accept it.
like Darko Pop. They've got very authentic personalities that are, you know, short.
I don't like Steve Kerr, but that's authentically Steve Kerr. When he speaks, that's authentically Steve.
Yeah,
So I respect Steve Kerr. And people always confuse you have to like somebody to respect them. No. I can recognize the good qualities in somebody and still not like them.
yeah.
There's a huge difference. And that's just not authentically JJ. I'm sorry, it's not.
It's almost the JJ McCarthy problem where he's trying to be something so hard that he's turning into a monster through it. It's like, dude, just chill, be yourself. Don't try to be.
See that's why I love Luca because Luca hasn't changed in 7 years personality wise. So for all his flaws, which there are many, Luca's been Luca for pretty much his entire run. Like,
And isn't it crazy though that that's the thing that's stopping him from success now? He needs to be less Luca.
yeah, but he has to learn that
I know
because
it's such a twist of the mind, though. It's like everybody's usually struggling to be more themselves, and it's like for him, he's going to have to struggle to be less himself. That's a very difficult problem, I imagine.
that
You know,
is a difficult problem for sure. How much time do I got left?
we're done on it. Yeah, I was just enjoying the conversation, so I didn't interrupt. But we got our buzzer.
All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll just throw that at the end of all of these.
Yeah, man.
All
These are
right, third
good
quarter. What do we
topics.
got? Third quarter.
Oh yeah, we have an open sort of thing here. We can kind of take a look at the state of the league. I don't have a specific theme for us this week, but we could look at either the
All
NBA
right.
Cup. We could look
Mm,
at
Oh, that
Jim-
was the one. That was my third one, the NBA Cup. I wanted to touch on that.
and
I
then
don't know if
there's
I
some
got 12
highlighted
minutes,
due to the
but I
week that
want
we
to
want
touch
to
on
get
that.
to. Raptors are in second place right now, so I just want to highlight that right quick. Just update
Oh, the
people on the
standings have been
standings.
updated because on
I think
NBC they
so.
had the Knicks ranked second. So
Oh, they went down tonight.
I know they did.
Yeah.
NBA Cup, the Raptors are in it. The Lakers are in it. Does anybody else matter in this tournament?
For not to us, but looking at our division and some of our rivals, there's not a whole lot that I'm scared of. I see flaws in every single team in the East. I see each of them as beatable. Once we get to the West, things get a little bit more hairy. The top three, and I think Nuggets are top three: Lakers, Nuggets, Thunder.
Here are the group
They're
winners
healthy
for
and
the
bought in.
NBA Cup.
I'm not confident, but we'll see.
Raptors, Magic, Knicks. That's group A, B, and C. The
The
West is
Raptors play.
Oklahoma, Los Angeles, and San Antonio because they upset Denver. Of those six, who do you think has the best shot of winning this thing?
Mm, Probably Denver. Again, who do you not want to bet against?
Well, I think Denver's out.
Oh, Denver's out. Okay. Well, that would be one reason to bet against them then. Who's
I'm not positive.
who's in
Wait,
our
there's
six
no,
that we just asked?
huh?
Hmm. Who were the
Oh no,
16
Denver's still in, but they don't have an X or an E beside their name, so I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
But for argument's sake, let's say Denver is that fourth team in the West. I would venture to say Denver or Oklahoma is gonna come out of the West.
Yeah. And I just realized something that maybe we want to take a shot at. Postcard. It's
All right.
it's either from the Knicks or to the Knicks. I think it might be to the Knicks.
Here, here. I've got something to say to the Knicks. You ready for this one?
Free Spike.
All right. So here is my message to New York. And first of all, Spike, I love you. I appreciate your loyalty coming from a Laker fan. I can empathize with you. With that being said, let's get to the meat of the matter. Mr. Dolan, I can't believe you still own this team.
Hmm.
You've arrested Charles Oakley and thrown out Spike Lee, and you still somehow own this team. I don't know how that's possible.
And you haven't gotten
And
to an NBA Finals.
huh?
Hasn't gone to an NBA Finals in 50 years. Is that right?
1999 was the last time the Knicks were in the final, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Patrick Ewing was still on the team. That's how long ago it was.
Check on this. But you have something
But
to say.
here's my message to Knicks fans. You guys have to be probably the most loyal, toxic fan base in the NBA. And that
Show,
includes my Los Angeles Lakers. And I'll tell you what, because you guys pack the garden every night just like we do. But here's the difference. You guys go in and you don't expect your team to win. You, as a New York Knicks fan, automatically assume that the Knicks are going to let you down.
mm,
Why? Because you have 30 years of history telling you that they are.
actually 50 if you're going back to the last time they won, like actually won.
Yeah, that was
1973.
1973 with Willis Reed. I wasn't even born yet.
Dude,
Gee.
we weren't even a what is it, a sparkle in our father's eye at that point. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But but Knicks fans, I'm imploring with you. Find ways to not support this team
they're the Leafs
because
of the NBA. You realize that, right?
because huh?
They're the Toronto Maple Leafs of the NBA.
Oh, I totally 100% agree. But here's my point. I watched your team tonight in the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics.
That's where you're
And
wrong.
you
It's not a team.
well, thanks, but I'm gonna get to my point so I can finish this postcard.
Hit me with it.
You were up 17-4, and you blew that lead, and you lost tonight. So something is going on in the city of New York where you're allergic to winning. Look at the Giants, look at the Jets, look at the Rangers, look at them all. The entire city needs an overhaul. So the ending of my loving postcard to Knicks fans is nobody's gonna blame you if you don't watch this Knicks team. And that's coming from a guy who just put Jalen Brunson in his top 5 beasts last week because I know he's gonna take you. He's gonna give you that glimmer of false hope. He's gonna get you to the second round. Maybe it'll be the game 7 of the second round, and you'll be thinking, "Oh, geez, we were this close."
It's
You're
like
not
you're as
that
close as
close.
you were with Julius Randle.
You're not that close, dude.
You're as close as
So
you were with Porzingis.
Knicks fans, my loving postcard ends with this. You deserve better. You should strive for better. You should expect better.
Hmm.
And that's what I'm going to say to Knicks fans.
Yeah, that's
That's
actually
my
really well
post.
put, man. That's a good meaningful postcard right there. That's some real talk to the heart of their problem, being a losing franchise and just seeing you, not only seeing yourself as it, right, which could be the root problem, but acting like it. And here's where you're acting like it. You follow the leader, man. When your leader acts like a loser, you're going to be a loser. How is that not just a recipe that people can understand? And I'm not saying Brunson's a human being loser. I'm saying that he plays the way I've seen guys play when they lose in the end. And it's trying to take a bit of a, like, you've had to scrap and scrap and scrap to get by, but now you want it so bad that you're just scrapping at the wrong edges and it's not working, man. And I see that in their
I
whole
have a
squad.
Jalen Brunson question for you.
Hit me.
Because I'm going to say this and I'm going to ask you the question. Jalen Brunson was a dog in Dallas. Here's my question. Do you think the money changed Jalen's motivation?
No,
No.
I think King's disease did.
Oh, you think he's got Luca problem?
It's really tough to be king when you ain't got a fucking crown. You go around acting like you have a crown and realize one day, oh shit, I'm not actually king and I've been acting like a king. So like, oh, like Thomas King, you continue the rest of your life being a phony and hope nobody fucking cares. Even though every single time you go up to speak or write a book, you know in your heart of hearts you're writing from a place of phoniness. You just keep going. And that's what happens when you get King's disease. You get success and you don't want people to know that you got success the wrong way. So you just keep going. It's George Costanza in, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. It's like, oh, but I'm not going to correct them because that's on them. It's like, no, it's
It's
on
like when
you.
he gets hired by the New York Yankees.
Exactly.
Remember,
Exactly.
he's all proud. He's like, I'm a New York Yankee.
Yeah. Their vision of the life is, it's on you to stop me from being the phony. My job is to be the phony and take whatever I can get. It's your job to stop me. And that's a weird way to go about life, man. That's a weird way. And I just
That,
don't see it
that
working.
takes way too much energy, brother.
And that's what I see with him. I was like, I see a guy trying way too hard and not getting the results that he wants. And I see that, echoing my own shit. So maybe it's best for me to reflect it back on my own. But when I watch Brunson, it does remind me of that.
No, but that
This
happens
is
to
going to be a
everybody. It's
losing wall.
imposter syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. Mm.
So, do you have any postcards you're sitting on there, G? Anything you need to get off your chest here?
Yeah, I think we got a little bit off on the New York section there, but
I'm
that's
sorry, I just had to point out the failure of the entire city. I
no, I
just
think
had to
you
do it.
summed up exactly what I was going to try to get at was like faking the funk. Is like Doctor Knows It All never won, right? Jalen's walking around, Luca's walking around like they've already been here. We've already won it all. It's like, dude, you haven't won it all. You don't know it all. Stop acting like it. Every call isn't yours. It's not yours. Stop it.
No, and just to finish up on the Knicks and the Jalen Brunson thing, there was a point where somebody missed a shot and he was calling for a foul instead of jumping for the ball. You jump for the ball first,
It's his MO
and
because habits.
you worry about the call second. But that's it. I'm done talking about the city of New York because
Hey, I think we just eviscerated them pretty good right there in a positive, constructive way. You got to break them down to
and if
build
you're
them
a
up.
Knicks fan, I got to stress this one more time. It comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of you deserve better, you should desire better, and you should demand better.
Tortoise in the hair comes to mind. You do things thinking you might just be able to sneak in with the hair. Detroit basketball comes in slow and
Detroit
steady, slow and
Yeah.
steady, slow and steady, slow and steady, doing things the right way, the right path. They shall be
So,
rewarded.
do we have a fourth quarter, or are we going to do to the week this thing a little bit early?
I think we're going to do to the week a little bit early because I missed us on that last quarter there. On the third quarter, I forgot to hit start. So we're going to have to start a fresh one for due to the week and summation thoughts here. So I click
All
that
right.
now.
Do you have a do to the week, or
I do right
yeah?
off the top of my head
You-
because it was one of the nastiest out of nowhere dunks that I've seen. And I've been looking for this guy.
Okay, mine might be a little bit different then, but I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. So this guy was in college basketball last year. He captured my heart, and then he got kind of memed during the draft for having a worse crying face than Michael Jordan. But Danny Wolf, right? He was with his brother there. I think he's from Israel, and he was really emotional during the draft, right? Like ugly crying. Last night was the first time I've seen him on the NBA floor. I think he was injured for a while, and he was playing with the Nets last night. Went up against Charlotte. Man, he went up against Miles Bridges midair, like just launched himself quite a few ways back, further back than Danny Wolf should have been jumping. And he just kept going up.
And he
Threw
just
that
kept
sucker
going.
down so hard on Bridges' face. Even Charlotte was like, Danny Wolf,
Danny
he's
Wolf.
back, baby. Due to the week playing in
All right,
Brooklyn.
that
Yeah.
that was a
So
little out of left field, but
Knicks
I
fans,
got one too. And this is going to come out of left field for people who know me because it's a Dallas Maverick.
big win last night.
Because I watched that game last night. And for a team like Dallas, who's 5-15, is playing for nothing and goes into the Joker's house and beats the Joker.
Give me that.
And it's not who you think it is, because I know you're expecting me to say street clothes. It's not street clothes. Ryan Nemhard,
Mm.
28 points, 10 assists.
That's some dog. That's a guy on a two-way contract.
That's a guy on a two-way contract. And for that effort that you gave us last night in beating the Joker, you said a king without a crown. Well, Joker's got a crown. And you beat the king in his castle. You put up 28 and 10. And for that, Mr. Nemhard, you are my dude of the week. What do you think about that one, G?
Maybe the best dude of the week yet.
And let's be honest, nobody was expecting me to say Ryan Nemhard, I bet you.
I think that is the heart of the dude of the week thing is like finding guys that don't just like kind of jump out at you, but like just like really like you're not going to forget that moment that week of them doing what they did. For me, that was Danny Wolf for that little clip. It just stuck in my mind of like, oh, there's somebody that's all in emotionally, physically,
And
spiritually,
that's what I went with
all in.
this week was you went into a king's castle and you beat the king.
Man, I had that game
Right.
on just in the background last night, and I kept hearing over and over again, one name, Nemhard. Boy, this Nemhard, my goodness, this Nemhard. And he just kept coming
That's
up again and again and again.
Yeah, I was watching the game too.
Yeah, yeah, they
So
mentioned
I thought
Cooper
he
Flag.
deserved a little bit of love, and I just wanted to show him.
I had
Nemhard,
high
we see you.
hopes. I had super high hopes for him because his brother over there in Indiana stole a lot of people's hearts last year, right? He's
Yeah,
an unbelievable dog. Plays 48 minutes full sesh. Gotta love it, man.
I'll take a guy with less talent that plays 48 than a guy that's super talented that only plays 25.
Man, ain't that the truth, D'Angelo Russell? I heard
That's
even
the
the
thing with
announcers say that. It's like, man, when your reputation is locked in, like your gravestone on that, you got him fucked up.
yeah,
He's just not
any
consistent.
final thoughts? Any final
Consistency,
thoughts
baby.
for the people?
I think we hit some sweet spots tonight on good habits, keeping the faith, not being afraid of success, and not faking the funk. And past that, man, be humble.
And with that, as I always say, may your ego come from a place that keeps you humble. And until next time, I'm Mo Money, and for my co pilot G, Mamba out.